Already. Okay. So we are going to do a little bit of WoW. I am gonna go ahead. I'm trying not to use dynamic flying because I think it looks bad and I'm not, uh, it's like it loads very slowly. Like the frame rate gets really small. I'm not good at describing what happens, but I just think that it doesn't look as stupid if I don't like fly around as much. So we're just gonna walk on in here, and we are on the PTR for 1107, so it's very exciting. This, I believe, is
Any
where we need to
new
get started.
stories?
This Earthen's name is Dawn, and she has a question for me. She says, "Greetings, Jalapeno. Are you here to answer the Siren Isle's call to adventure? Recently, a goblin salvage team discovered an isle with a strange singing crystal at its center. Like the goblins, the Arathi of Hollowfall have taken a keen interest in this crystal, as have we. We've been preparing an expedition to the isle. Most of the expedition has gone ahead, but the goblins' last vessel is set to leave momentarily. If you hurry, you can catch them before they leave and join us."
Hurry. On
My
to your
quest
next
log is
adventure.
freaking full. How could I possibly abandon any of these quests?
A
Now can I get
conversation
it?
begins.
So that moment, wait, what did she say? A giant crystal singing Siren Isle, care to join us? Okay. That moment when the quest log was full, like I just realized that I've like set all this up and there's like a 90% chance that something's gonna happen that just halts me in my tracks. Like, I didn't even know where to get started, and I don't even really know where to go. I guess I'm tracking the right quest here. I should have just abandoned all my quests. I mean, this is just a PTR thing. And I know I said I wasn't going to dynamically fly, but hopefully when we get where we're going, I won't need to very much. But anyways, yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised if something happens that completely stops me in my tracks, completely makes it so that I can't do this. I don't. Oh, there's a Zeppelin. Okay, I am gonna have to fly up to that. That's fine. It's no big deal. I could turn on static flight, but it's so slow.
Hey,
S-
welcome aboard. The Earthen and the Arathi are on the island already. We gotta catch up.
okay, okay. Nice little classic looking Zeppelin here.
I hear you.
This goblin says we'll be heading out shortly.
Time's a wasting.
This goblin says, "Hey, pal." What's it? Frick? Oh, there's some stupid World of Warcraft player here. Um, in their Judgment armor. That's cool. Okay. Hey, pal, ready to embark on a thrilling adventure? Where are we going? Wouldn't you and half of Kazalgar want to know? First, the Arathi and Earthen are all asking about it. The next thing you know, they're heading off on their airship and mole machines. Oh, if I still had my rocket drill contacts, I betcha I could have gotten us there faster. But fine. You want to know? We're heading to the Siren Isle. Ever heard of it? Yeah, I mean, I've been reading about the patch, but no, I haven't heard of it. Of course you haven't. No one has. Well, unless you're from Borealis, of course. I wonder if this would be different for a Kultiran, tune. According to them Kultirans, this Siren Isle is a place of legend and myth. Lots of stories and old sea tales, all of them are real spooky like. Seems to be quite the place for ghost stories and apparently some nasty storms too.
Break time's over.
Okay.
What's the job? The boss is
So,
watching.
so you're the one Dawn convinced to join us, eh? Well, hurry up. They've been adamant about getting us a proper storm rider, ranger, whatever, escort out of the city, but it's taken too long. The Arathi and other Earthen are already on the Isle, and Rickett is probably wondering where the heck we are. Come on, I can give you the deets on the way.
No slacking. Back to work.
He says the Siren Isle is a mystery, a potentially profitable one. My crew thought they hit it big when they found a deserted island with some strange singing crystal. Turns out everyone in Dornigal is interested in unclaimed, strange singing crystals. Both the Arathi and Earthen scrambled quick and were off before we could ever charter a Zeppelin. Fortunately for us, Rickett and crew have gone ahead to set up. We're the last to depart, and I'm itching to go. What are we waiting on?
The
I don't
boss
know.
is watching.
Uh, yeah, let's go. Let's see
Right.
if this works. Work in progress. No worries. Nobody worry. This is just a work in progress. But it looks great. I think they're doing great. They got a little picture here. That's cool. The War Within. This is not Battle for Azeroth. This is the War
See,
Within.
we're late to the party. Meet me below and watch us.
Okay.
Come on in.
Sure feels good to be. Oh, okay. Hopefully it is not loading too slowly. Whatever. Sure feels good to be back on the open breeze after a few years. Say, you think about heading back to Dornigal?
Don't work too hard.
I don't know. You didn't give me an option to go back to Dornigal. I think I'm supposed to stay here. Okay. I can float down. That's fine. You know, whatever. I don't need help. I don't need help down. Um, there's people here. There's other World of Warcraft players here, which is cool. Great. So this
Good to have you
this
company.
goblin will talk. She says, "Well, if it isn't my favorite adventure, do I know her? I feel so awkward. How ya doing, hun? How do you feel about the Siren Isle? I'll honestly, it's pretty spooky if you ask me. When my crew found when my crew and I found it, the whole island felt so still, like it was waiting for something. I mean, sure, there was a storm coming and but the level of calm just felt unnatural. I don't know how else to explain it. She shivers and rubs they shiver and rub their arm. Um, but hey, it's better now that you're here.
See ya,
Okay,
hon.
cool.
Always got time for you, hon.
I don't know if this got oh my god, my bags. I don't know if this goblin was in like The War Within or some other expansion. Um, but I would guess it
Don't be a
was
stranger.
I don't know. I don't know who they are, but that's fine.
Let's do this thing.
He says, "We made it safe and sound." Rickett says the whole camp's talking about this massive crystal they found. Seems everyone's got different ideas on how to examine this thing. Want to get
Back
involved?
to work.
Looks like everyone's working together to study the big crystal. Rickett offered to dig it up, but the Arathi expedition lady didn't seem keen on that. Yeesh. Instead, the Earthen proposed scanning the crystal to help us understand it better, whatever that means. I'm all for cooperation as long as we get a cut. So go talk to Bargus at the Earthen camp and see how they're coming
The
along.
competition's hard at work. You should say hello to the neighbors, real friendly like.
Um, so cool. So this is the new little area. This is the map. Looks great. So I am not really concerned about the like mechanical, technical, like it's like I'm not really concerned with getting a new ring,
You
or
carry your
anything
torch, you light the city.
like that. Oh, he has a stay and listen. Okay, see, that's what I'm interested in. Is like stay and
Stay alert.
listens. I am looking for certain characters to see if they show up. This character is a
Beware the hunters
librarian.
of hope.
They say there is so much to discover on this island. I like their glasses.
Keep an
Um,
eye on the dawn towers.
and then let's see. This one has a stay
Step
and
into the
listen.
light.
Do I know him? Nice to meet you. I take it you are the outsider I've been hearing so much about.
Stay productive in the
Okay,
light.
who's gonna
Vigilant in the light.
say something? Is this in the patch yet, or
Sacred
come
flame
on?
guide
I'm
your way,
listening.
friend.
I'm listening. Okay, that's
Beware the
okay.
seekers of light.
I mean, that's the thing, right? It's like I'm not necessarily here for the parts that are in this PTR. Like it's totally possible that any of the sort of more story-based lore type of things that I'm looking for aren't even in the PTR yet.
Are you here to lend a hand? Admirable. Perhaps we can all work together.
Cool, cool, cool. See, I mean, I just don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, I don't think anybody is here for the things that I'm here for. So
How can my
it
hammer
would be
serve?
reasonable for those things not to be in the game at all, or the realm, the test realm. It's kind of like a game, but different, I guess. So Vargas looks up from his anvil. Another new arrival here to lend a hand to our
May
efforts.
your work serve others.
In order to understand the singing crystal at the heart of the island, we will need some special machinery. We forged a device to scan its exposed facets, but the crystal's energies are far too complex to read. It has a highly unusual energy signature. The goblins and Arathi seem keen to contribute, so let us proceed with their help. Take my toolbox and retrieve the prototype and the components the Arathi and goblins have prepared.
We Earthen are here to study the crystal. The goblins and the Arathi. We are still processing how to collaborate.
Okay. Cool. I know her.
And no do it.
A big singing crystal? Where? Not hear any singing. Maybe too much wax in my ears.
Remember,
Cool. Yeah,
my crew's always ready to work.
cool. I mean, there's goblins here. There's other people here.
Stories requested.
The energy from these crystals are extraordinary. For some reason, my device just can't tap into them, though. Vargas mentioned you have a prototype. May I see it?
Back with new stories.
Okay,
Are
and
you here to
then
help
I
the
need to do
origin?
some other things. I knew that.
Seen anything new?
She says, Wilmette Jalapeno, do you have a query?
Come back with new stories.
General goods.
May your journey be safe.
Okay, and so
Something new to
I
trade?
totally know what I'm doing here.
Transaction complete.
I know I just read this, but rather than prototype, the Arathi focus on the Goblin's power source. Okay. I'm so used to the thing telling me exactly where to go, which it might be. It's just I think there's some other people I probably need to talk to. Take my toolbox and retrieve the prototype and components the Arathi goblins have prepared. So I have the toolbox. And I talked to
My
this guy.
programming
No.
is
I talked
expanded
to
to exploration
this guy.
and conversation.
Uh,
Appreciate the mundane.
okay, that's okay. So, I'm gonna just keep talking to people and see if anybody can give me
Only you
anything.
know your
This
path.
Earthen's name is Dawn. She's the same one I talked to on, to get the very first quest for this patch. But her name is Dawn, which is very weird to me
May
because
Agaroth
that's
guide your
clearly
path.
like a elf or like an Arathi themed name. I'm just saying, like Dawn, like it just
May the shadows
seems
pass you by.
weird for an earthen to be called that when it doesn't sound like a it's right here. Yep, okay, got it. Very
Interpreting
easy.
a massive crystal's energy is a specialized process. Maybe the Arathi learned something from Beladar.
Okay. So I got that one. Great. And then now I'm gonna get it the first
There's always
time.
hope if we choose to look for it.
So he says, we've heard the big crystal song, but many smaller crystals have been warmed by its energy. They resonate with their own radiant songs. Think of all the wondrous creations we would craft with them. Do you know how to help the Earthen's device interpret the crystal
If the
energies?
shadows.
My sacred crystals could help harmonize your readings, but you'll need more power.
Okay. So you want me to go over here? Oh, you're going over here. I'm sorry. I was following you. This is like a short Kultiran model. I mean, I feel like I'm not usually taller than a Kultiran. Cool. And then I can pick it up.
May Beladar stay in the light.
Okay, there's another stay and listen. So, okay. Great. So he says, we've heard the big crystal song, many smaller crystals. Stay and listen.
What are you making? You seem...
This morning, the siren crystal sang a reverent hymn to me.
That sounds like the kind of inspiration we'd receive from...
Yes, its music soothed me. Now I'm crafting more healing.
Excellent. That's the kind of support we'll need to bolster our
I
troops.
didn't hear a call to battle. I had a hymn of healing. I don't want to go to war again. I want to go home.
We're not going to war. It's coming to us. When the others...
You need to trust the Earthen and the Goblins. They are not our enemy.
That's the difference between you and me. You build, I protect. And mark my words, we will need that protection.
I like her freckles. She's cute. Okay, very no good. So over
What do you mean,
here,
batteries? These puppies
yes.
should keep the scanner juiced up. You're good to go.
Thank you, Dee Dee.
How you doing, pal?
I think that this is the
Well,
same
get it
goblin I
done.
talked to earlier, with the pink goggles, Dee Dee. Coolio.
Conversation initiated.
Great, I have the things.
Conversation terminated. Task complete. Now we can use the crystal's signature to track its facets.
Normally our technology is quite capable when it comes to crystals and the energy found within them, but for whatever reason the energies found here don't seem to synchronize with our technology.
Forge your own path.
Skepticism disengaged. It would seem the radiant remnants from Hollowfall harmonize perfectly with the energies here, giving us a proper signature to latch onto. The goblins' batteries are more than we need, but they appear to be doing the job effectively. We're almost ready for the field
May
test.
your work serve others.
Project complete. These radiant remnants from the Arathi seem to have given our device the necessary focus it needed. All that remains is to attune it properly to the size of the facet. In order to attune the signal, we'll need to set up some pylons around the site. There is work to be done up ahead. Let's see what we can find.
Forge your... I'll set some metal pylons to focus the signal. Meet me over the hill.
I feel like the titles aren't all here, which is fine. We'll just do Well Tender. That's good. I saw that one of those characters over there had a cool title that I don't even know what it means, but it made me want to have the title on. So we're gonna keep going with this quest line. So I'm presuming this patch can be compared to 1007 in Dragonflight, and in 1007 you had to sort of come and get started with some of the
And
like
that part goes over there.
some of the island adventure stuff with whatever the people were doing. You had to get started with it, but you very quickly got an option to go talk to Abyssian Ebonhorn and his friend Emberthal. And then there was like a quest line. There was a story. So I'm kind of hoping that there is a story. It's like maybe this is the story. Maybe I'm doing the story right now.
The faithful.
But I still feel like I'm doing like
My programming
technical,
is extended to exploration
the more
and
like
conversation.
the quests to get to the quests is what it feels like. But maybe that's
We should
unfair.
treat it with reverence.
Okay, I mean, this is relevant. It's like this crystal is like Belladar. We should treat it with reverence. I revere you, Crystal. You know, I'm something of an elf myself. Let's see.
Signal augmented. One more reading should calibrate the device. That's it. Its energies are beyond my capacity to process. The crystal extends far beneath the surface.
Okay, great. So the crystal extends far beneath the surface. That's pretty interesting. It looks kind of cool. There's these weird sparks coming off of this guy's backpack. Fascinating. The pylon's attunement indicate the crystal is far larger than the facet would suggest. According to the complexity of the signature, it appears to stretch for miles beneath our feet. And wait, what's this? A second signature appears to be originating from over the hill? How interesting.
Fortify your armor.
Curiosity
Fortify
initiated.
your will.
There appears to be a secondary source for the energy signature coming over the hill, an unexpected development. Judging from the estimated size of the crystal, I theorize it might be a secondary exposed facet. Further investigation is required. Meet me ahead.
Conversation intriguing. I'm detecting a secondary reading from the north. This requires more investigation.
Coolio, sorry dog. Yeah, I mean, this is cool. The crystal stuff, gotta love me some crystals for sure. Looks like I'm about to have to kill some people, which I'm not really a violent elf, so it's
Are you here
too
to help
bad.
the awakened?
So he says, it would seem we're not alone on this island after all, Jalapeno. He glances down at the dead Vicryl next to him and shakes his head with a frown. To initiate violence before diplomatic engagement, an illogical provocation yields unfortunate consequences.
Fortify your armor.
Whoever these
Fortify
large
your
outlanders
will.
are, they appear to be interested in the very location of the crystal signature is originating from. I'll assume this is not a convergence of coincidence. Engage your defense protocols, Jalapeno. These outlanders are not hospitable like your people.
The signals coming from that cave. It seems like...
Look lively. I want that cave entrance cleared. Run out the guns. Commence bombardment.
Okay. See, I haven't even really met this woman yet. So I feel like we've got to establish that we're trying to get rep with the different factions that are here. Before we can go on to if there is a storyline, which maybe there isn't. Maybe it's just all about the island adventure, which is fine. So I will show my hand a little more. I read the little advertisement for this patch. I read that there is supposed to be, a storyline associated with it that is having to do with the here and tour. I don't know when that storyline is coming in. And frankly, like the way that it was structured, their announcement, it's possible that it wasn't even for this patch. It has to be, right? Because it's like,
Fascinating. The
when else would
energy
it be?
is focused through that tablet.
It's just they also listed Plunderstorm on the same announcement, and I don't think that I can play Plunderstorm on the PTR, like right now. So, and maybe I can, I don't know. So everything that was listed on that announcement isn't necessarily in the PTR right now, obviously. And it might be, and they might just not mark the starting quest on my map, and I might never find it. So he looks around the crumbled ruins in the cave, that crystal on that tablet. If they are the source of this signature, then why does it appear to be stronger here than when we were next to the facet on the surface? There is something else here.
Forge your own path.
These ruins are quite old, well, old by most Outlanders' standards. Is that what those Outlanders on the surface were looking for? Or were they searching for that tablet? The energy appears to be flowing through the tablet.
Well done. An exemplary display. The cave is open.
Oh,
Troops, deploy.
this is like a world quest or an event. I thought that he was like telling me, "Oh, I hate violence. I hate that they chose violence instead of like compromising or trying to have a peaceful solution or whatever it is." And then like you hear this Arathi woman and she's like, "Fucking kill the bastards." And I was like, "Oh, okay, this is like a story of the conflict between the different groups." But I was wrong. That was like a world event, I think. So whatever. He says, is that what those Outlanders on the surface were looking for, or were they searching for that tablet? The energy appears to be flowing through the tablet as a conduit rather than originating from it. Shall we take a
May
closer
your
look?
work serve
Yes.
others.
Yes. Let's look.
Analyzing. this tablet's markings seem familiar.
As motes of light dance around the stone altar, a strange melodic hum emanates from both within the facet-dotted tablet and beneath your feet, calling you towards it. A faint hand mark surrounding the lowest crystal on the tablets has been worn into the stone. Above it, the words read the song of Circe. Okay, so Circe is like a bad guy, right? In this patch. Or something.
Remarkable. The signal's energy surrounds this structure. How deep does this go? Echoes of the past. This structure clearly has a history.
Carved from a single slab of stone, the ancient tablet is decorated with intricate imagery and runic letters. The depiction of an imposing metal-skinned figure is carved into the tablet. Upon her raised hand, a ring can be seen. The saga of Circe, caller of storms, as carved by the hand of Jardfir. Noble was her mission, unhindered was her change, terrifying was her wrath. Okay. So it is fun. It's fun that it's Circe, which I'm gonna not look knowledgeable because I feel strongly that Circe is like a character from mythology. I feel like maybe it's from the Odyssey or something like that. Some sort of like witch. I feel like Circe might be a witch in the Odyssey, but I could be thinking of a different like funny sounding name like that. But it's like it's something like that that feels very like mythic, or I don't know if the Odyssey is considered a myth, but just like very classic storytelling, whatever you want to call it. Old school stuff, which is fun because, I mean, obviously WoW takes inspiration from many different like mythologies. Maybe most notably the Norse mythology and the Titans. Have some very strong connections there. There's lots of kind of one-for-one comparisons you can make between the Titans and the Norse gods, or the Titan Keepers, really. So it says carved from a single slab of stone and embedded with glitter. This is different. Okay, but it says Thayer, the Eye of Circe, born amongst peaks of storm, bound by spirit and kinship, anguished by waves of darkness. Yeah, and when I heard, like, I think I saw on the little video they made that one of the characters' names is Circe, and I was just like, because normally they change a little, not necessarily. I think the Norse god is just called Tyr, so sometimes they don't change it at all, but Tyr's like a little bit less known.
The signal is getting stronger. It's coming from that chamber.
I just mean compared to like Loki, which they changed to Loken, or Thor, which they changed to Thorum. Tyr is not like a huge pop culture character. And so they can kind of get away with that. And I don't know if Circe is either. I mean, Circe mostly is probably thought of, the name is thought of with Cersei Lannister, Circe, whatever, Lannister from Game of Thrones. But they are spelling it differently. I didn't know until I saw it on the screen here that they were changing the spelling. So it's totally different, which is, I think it's fun when they change the spelling to make it totally different. I'm fine with that. Okay, what else is there? It says this one. The metallic figures outnumbered the forms of winged humanoids and stone golems. The final storm, tremors ceased and waves churned new. From depths the darkness crawled. By Circe's hand the heart yet stood. Her song a spark within. I keep expecting it to rhyme. Okay. There's one here too. Carved from a single slab, the depiction of a bearded metallic figure holding a stone tablet has been etched. Vowel, word of the stone carver, Jardfir, first stone carver of Circe, by his hand, by his tools, by his gifts. Okay, so it is like Titan reminiscent. Like I was sort of waxing poetically about how WoW makes reference to mythology, but every time they make reference to mythology or like another story, or like an old thing, an old thing that exists outside of WoW. It's not always Titan related, but this seems very Titan related. So yeah. Carved from a single slab, mosaics of small intricate rune stones can be seen carved upon the surface. The citrines of Hamosul, fragments of the luminous heart, pieces of her joy and her sorrow. By iron hands and gentle grasp, the singing shards were shaped, each fashion, each rune a sacred gift. And maybe I'm reading into it too much, saying that it seems like Titany. Maybe I'm just thinking because there's this earthen guy here, and I'm like, yeah. When you talk about like things being carved and shaped and whatever, I'm like, this is like the Titan Keepers, right? Right? But and Circe with the CYR, which is the same almost as TYR, uh, which is a very famous Titan Keeper. But anyways, so a mosaic depicts a gathering of humanoid figures. Jutting from the floor sits a massive crystalline facet, Hymoso, the luminous heart. From the darkness of the earth she called. From the warring north we heard, with hand of iron and soul of fire we pledged. Yeah, okay. That's pretty cool. I'm not really good at following the stories in WoW. I don't I don't really know what's going on, but I get it. This crystal is
What's
really
this?
cool. It's like
Ancient
these are like
treasure.
Vicrural type
Another
beings,
crystal
right?
fragment.
These are like construct
Something
type
promising.
things. He's talking. What does he say? Another crystal facet, the gleam of something promising. So, I think that it's not a stretch to reach for like Titan adjacent stuff in the War Within. Um and yeah, whatever. These are the freaking Valkyrie things, very very Odin, which I guess Odin is another one where it's just the same. Except with a Y. Of course, gotta be a Y. Okay, so by the forge, he stares wide eyed in wonder at the gleaming crystal, struggling to find words. After a moment, he nods. This is most certainly the source of the second signature, though the energies appear to have fused with the original. It's almost like it wanted us to find this place.
Fortify your armor.
This vault, this crystal,
Fortify
who
your
dwelled
will.
here, and who is this Circe we keep seeing mentioned on the tablets? When we set off to learn about the crystal, I did not anticipate discovering the remnants of an ancient civilization far beneath the earth. He ruffles his wiry mustache before glancing at you. This bears closer examination, don't you think?
This bears closer examination. After you.
Well, I mean, it looks like somebody
See
tried
what
to
you
examine
can
it and they
find.
fucking died, Bargus. The skeletal remains sit slumped against the rocks. Its ribcage and legs are shattered as if crushed by something heavy. In their outstretched hand sits a gleaming rune-carved ring. Okay. I mean, he's got a cute hat on, so I think it's fine. Yeah, sure, I'll take the ring. Okay. Cool. Am I supposed to kill this guy?
By the Titans. An ancient construct. This is more of an adventure than even I desired. We should get this artifact back to the workshop for examination.
As much as my curiosity protocol has been activated, the defenses in this structure are relentless. We'd be wise to regroup at the camp and reassess what we found. We'll return to study more of this crystal at another time.
Conversation
Okay, are we doing some cool magical teleporting? Cool. So let's turn this in and see what he
How
says.
can my hammer serve?
It would seem we've made quite the discovery.
Forge your own path.
The more queries and very little answers. Fortunately, the was able to gather some data from the energy readings. It will take time to process, but we will soon have a better understanding of this Siren's crystal. In the meantime, let's take a closer look at that ring and shard you found. Angorla
Look
here will be
lively.
able to
I
help
want
you.
that cave entrance cleared. Run out the guns. Commence bombardment.
May your work serve others.
The cracked citrine you found seems to be a perfect fit for one of the sockets found in the ring, yet as Angorla sockets the shard into the ring, the citrine wiggles loose and pops out. The ring appears to be rejecting the piece. If we can repair the citrine and stabilize the energy within it, perhaps the ring will accept it. Since you've been so helpful with Borgus, care to lend another hand?
Find the
Okay.
crystal you found is cracked. Let's restore it in the forge.
Okay. So I'll do the game. I don't mind. I don't mind doing games. I'm probably gonna be bad at it, but
Transaction complete.
let's see. I would rather do a game than anything else, really. These are easy. These are, um, I feel like Kalik had some of these in Dragonflight, so to me, I'm like, yeah, this is like magical. This is magic. Okay, that
Task
was easy.
complete.
Yeah.
I can hear it singing. It's ready for the artifact.
Whoa.
Something new to
So she
trade?
holds the glowing citrine in her hand before holding it out to you. That seemed to do the trick. I've never felt such energy radiate from such a small crystal before. The rune engraved on it are quite ancient and very powerful.
Every sail tells a story.
She peers at you from over her spectacles. Can you hear it, Jalapeno? This small, humble citrine is calling out to the circlet, just as the siren crystal called out to you and to all of us. I'm uncertain what'll happen when you reunify them, but there's only one way to find out.
Find the crystal is calling to the ring.
Put it on there. No? Oh, on this one. So grants some extra stats. That's great. And now they're together. I don't know if there's ever been such
Well
extensive
done.
lore
An exemplary display.
for
The job is
like socketing a a piece of gear, right? Whoa, I thought that I did the quest. What did I need to do? Oh, you want me to take it off? Okay. Do you want it back?
Show me what you found.
I can feel it from here, radiating, thrumming with a long dormant power. Who carved these small little citrines? Why do they appear to fit perfectly into the circle? I don't know. Yet they were found separately? Oh, how I wish I had seen what you and Bargus had within the vault.
We will not tolerate a threat to our airship on this island, no matter where
Okay.
it may hide.
Uh,
My troops can defend this camp against Naga, but we require
I think
your
she
help
just
to
keeps
kill the
talking because of
monster.
world events. Probably because I just unlocked some further things. So it says she takes your hand in her, oh my, and examines the crystal embodied circlet closely. Can you feel the energy humming through it, Jalapeno? The circlet feels awake. Perhaps more secrets lie around the isle waiting for you to uncover them. Dawn encouraged us to explore and learn about this isle, but I've got my work cut out for me here. Why don't you see what you can find?
Every
Okay. Cool.
another experience to add.
Interesting. What's going on over here? Jack the Hammer. Okay. Okay. And there were stay and listens. There's several stay and listens, it looks like, which is cool.
Treasures from far and
Okay, so what
wide.
does she want me to do? By the way, I'm gonna need to delete some of these quests. Lost
Transaction
shoe?
complete.
Okay, I can delete that one, I think. Never gonna do this. So,
Something new to
aw.
trade.
Okay, let's stay and listen. You seem fascinated with Crystal. I was
This
watching your
morning,
process
I
earlier.
heard the siren crystal sing to me.
Perhaps it was calling to the
Your
spark of the world soul
thoughts
within
align
you.
with mine. If we found more of the smaller crystals,
It's a shame Kultirans didn't hear the same song. They must not be as great as
really,
us.
I haven't left the workshop.
More mysteries. Their culture practically vanished
I
overnight.
heard they were mining azurite. I'm glad now I have the inspiration for more
Spoken like a true earthen, a creator who should follow her heart. We'll find more. Now I have inspiration. Okay, okay. Yeah, I don't know if I was supposed to know
Feel the
Dawn.
warmth of the
I don't know if I'm
sacred
supposed to know any of these
flame.
people. I already listened to them. And I can try the innkeeper again, maybe. Oh, the librarian has a quest for me.
Outsiders are a
Oh,
welcome
Ezri
surprise.
Gosa, cute. Um, okay.
Find joy
I
in
mean, I could
every
accept it,
flower.
but then I would
Baladar shifted
have
in
another
favor.
quest in my quest log.
Beware
You
of
sure
the
you don't want to say
shadows.
anything to me, Byron? Nail stew? Okay. Um, okay, okay. So she wants me to go and look around the island, which is oh my god, I love the tortoise
Greetings,
ones.
sir
What are you
and
doing
one,
here? Okay, so
perhaps.
he says, greetings, young one. You are quite a fascinating creature, but then again, aren't we all? What are you doing here? Oh, I sell bits and bobs to all kinds of creatures like yourself. I'd like to think of this service as repayment to the world for showing me the wonders it has. What better way to express gratitude for those wonders than to share them with others? Speaking of, I couldn't help but notice that you and your band of misfits over there were what you were doing. Those yellow crystals seem quite the curiosity. If I stumble on any, I'll sell them to you for cheap. It would be a shame if you didn't have them all. He gives a slow, reassuring
Come
wink.
back with some better
What a
stories.
sweetie. Okay.
Not
Um,
everything in
I
the
think that I'm
ocean is
allowed to
as
put this back on the ring
good-looking or
now.
nice-mannered as I am.
Okay. 600. Woohoo. What item level is it? Just I don't care about it that much, but yeah, that's pretty cool. What do you want me to
We
do?
are the seekers of light.
You want
Stay
me
productive
to
in the
do a
light,
bunch of cool
vigilant in the night.
stuff? I don't really care about the dailies. Okay. Game on table looks like fun, but Skagit no want Jack to play. Maybe you can sneak in and put a bet down. We see who wins. Okay, and so then you can pick who to help. Okay, this seems like the best choice. I did it. And then Jack, no, you could pick winner. You gotta do that again. Could be some good stuff. Okay. Can I keep doing it? Okay, I don't have enough. Okay. Uh, cool. So she also has a stay and listen. Um, great.
Yeah? See ya!
Hey!
The siren crystal. It was making a racket.
Yeah, you've got a headache. But, what you...
I'm boosting their energy. You can make some powerful artifacts with these babies.
You know what you should do? Make some explosives. Big bada booms. Did you know what was here before us, Dee Dee? An azurite mine.
Hey, I ain't looking to blow stuff up. I want a power source.
Okay, I get you. After all, what you got cooking?
I ain't in it for the money. I'm in it for the power.
Soon you'll have more power than you know what to do.
Believe you me, I know what to do with it.
That's our Dee Dee.
Get your feet moving. We got a tunnel to blast open. This kaboom ought to be good. Say, what do you think washed down that drain? Maybe it's treasure, or maybe it's monsters. And maybe those monsters have treasure.
Okay, so that's why these things keep popping up. It's because he's the active event going on. So cool. What's this? It's probably nothing, but it was really sweet of them to mark it on my map for me, so I'm gonna go look. And yeah, I know I have some quests probably. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do, but I'm also I'm also not worried about powering up my ring. I'm not worried about anything like that. I just want to see what's here, what characters are hanging out. Yeah, I'm looking for the Kirin Tor. It's like why would the Kirin Tor be here? The Kirin Tor have no reason to be
I'm on
here.
it.
It's like that's true. I almost thought I saw a different word instead of survey, but it doesn't matter. Um, Flying it ain't for me. Sally wanted me to activate a bunch of survey machines to monitor the wind currents, but it's too rough.
Look
And I get sick every
lively.
time
I
I
want that
try.
cave entrance cleared. Run out the guns.
Use the go pack to activate the machines, and I'll owe you
I'm
one.
wasting.
Okay, okay. Um, okay, very cool. So, yeah. Um, it's not, lining up with 1001 as much as I might have hoped. I didn't, ha ha ha. I didn't get sent to another part of the island, right away that there's no flying on this island. What? Okay, 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 okay. Um, that's fine. I'm fine. I'm not dying. Um, yeah, that's all good. That's great. I don't really feel like hanging out that much longer here. I see another quest, but I'm so scared of dying and I don't know how to get to it, and I kind of feel like I should just head back to the camp now and hang out. It's a cool island. It's very dark. I don't know if it's just because I'm playing at nighttime, but I mean, most people play WoW at nighttime, I feel like, on average. So it's dark, right? I don't know why it's so dark. I feel like in the advertisement or the, video they made about it, I don't feel like it looked this dark. Also, I'm not going back to the camp at all, am I? Oh no, I am. This is the camp. Um, so it looks pretty cool though. I like these like lights. Those look cool, but you should put them all over the place so that like it looks like that everywhere. Um, yeah, I think it's cool. I think it's great. I just, um don't feel a big need to keep going with it, but it was cool to see what's on the PTR. And maybe I will poke around a little bit more, but I don't feel
Well
a
done.
pull in any
An
particular direction, so
exemplary
that's enough for
display.
now.
The
But
cave
yeah, it's fun. There's rocks, there's Titan stuff. The Titan stuff is of interest to me. The connections to probably the keepers, to the world soul, of course, ultimately, and all of that. It does feel like we're getting sort of random drips. What is it called? Like drip feeding us random sort of um knowledge that's all maybe gonna coalesce together, or maybe it's all just sort of all over the place. I don't really know, but that's okay. And I'm sure that it'll be fun to play, so no worries. But yeah, that is all for now. And yeah.